What's going on, guys? SW Cinematography, and today I'm just going to run through my 5 top tips for getting the most out of your Lumix G80, g85, g7, all of them cameras. So let's get started.
So then, let's get started. So tip number 1 is for those people who like to use the EVF, but find when they're doing so, their nose touches the touchscreen on the back and moves their focus point around. So to get around this, what you want to do is you want to come into the menu and go to the custom settings tab. Then if you scroll down to page 9 and go to touch settings, there's an option here called touchpad AF. Now disabling this means when you're using the screen, it works perfectly fine as normal. However, when you switch to the EVF, it disables touch to focus, so no more nose moving your focus point. So tip number 2 is for people who want to record video, say at night time under artificial light, and find there's flicker inside their video when using, say, aperture priority mode or full auto. So what you want to do is you want to come into the menu and the motion picture tab. Now scroll down to page 4 and come into flicker decrease. Now what this does is basically fixes your camera shutter speed to the frequency of the power grid where you live. So this means there's no flicker, they run in sync. So in the UK, for example, this is 1/50th. In America, this is 1/60th. And setting this to where you live basically means your videos will be flicker free. My third tip for you all is that for people who want finer control of their exposure when using manual settings, if you come into the recording tab and to page 6, ISO increments basically selects how fine a control of ISO you have. So for example, when it's on one stop, you just go 200, 400, 800, 1600, for example. If you set this to 1/3 of a stop, this gives you 250, 320, 400. So it just gives you finer control of your exposure. Tip number 4 is a simple one, but it does save quite a lot of time. If you're fed up with every time you plug your camera into a computer having to select the option of what file transfer type you want, if you come into the setup menu and page 3, if you select USB mode, you can just simply choose it to default to PC every single time. Now yeah, this is a basic tip, however it does save a lot of time. So last but not least, tip number 5, if you like to shoot in auto ISO down here and you want to choose where the camera is capable of setting the ISO automatically, if you come into the record tab and page 5, ISO limit set, I think this is on 3200 by default, is basically the max ISO value the camera can automatically set. So if you're comfortable with letting it go to 6400, you can choose that here. If you only want to shoot at 1600, you can set it here, and it limits how far it can push the camera.
So I hope those tips help you get the most out of your camera. Enjoy them, and remember, get out and shoot.